Cole, he's my miracle child. So how does your miracle child get cancer? How does that happen?
There was a man.
All right, a happy Father's Day to everyone out there. Hopefully everyone is doing well. I said to my wife about 2 hours ago, it would be fitting that a trade happens because the last time I was about to get on a flight to head to Bristol, Connecticut, Kyrie got traded. So, oh, brother. Good thing I am packed this time, and it is 4:50. I am trying to catch a 7:30 flight to Charlotte. I should be in.
Man, Beal to the Suns is crazy. I ain't gonna lie. To the Suns is crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, that's crazy.
In good shape. I figured let's do a little bit of a video. It's probably better than me doing it in the taxi or me doing it in the corner of an airport here. We are going to go through the Bradley Beal for Chris Paul and Landry Shamet and likely 6 second rounders, which basically wipes out Phoenix altogether. They have no more picks. And they have pick swaps, which is likely in 2024, 26. They have no more control over their picks. That's it. No more control over their picks. So I think you have to look at it from the business, the basketball side. Sure, when you move off of Chris Paul, who you were like...
Bruh, no cap, though. They should have been left from Chris Paul, bruh. Every time the playoffs come around, bro, he'll play not even the full regular season. Then by the time the motherfucking playoffs come around, he hurt. In the biggest games where they need him, he be hurt. They should have been got rid of him. He might as well retire.
Likely going to waive. And Landry Shamet, who's a 7th man shooter off your bench for Bradley Beal, former All-Star. That is an upgrade, right? That is an upgrade when you look at the big picture things. Okay? What you have to take into consideration to all of this is the business part of it, the roster building component, the new collective bargaining agreement component.
But, man, that don't mean nothing to the Suns. What is he talking about, man? I hate when they be just the business side. The fans don't care about the business side.
Component here. Because now Phoenix, with DeAndre Ayton and Devin Booker and Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal, this is who you are now. Unless you are going to go out and move DeAndre Ayton. This is who you are.
Why would you move DeAndre Ayton?
Second 8.
That'd be the dumbest shit ever. They got a whole superstore starting 5 damn near. Bro, that's crazy. They whole starting 5. That's like the Celtics. When they had Paul Pierce, KG, Ray Allen, Rondo. Damn.
Team, and we're going to go over all the rules here moving forward for the next 3 years, unless, of course, you move DeAndre Ayton. You have the veteran minimum exception. You cannot re-sign Chris Paul if he is waived from the Wizards. You can re-sign Jock Landale and Torrey Craig to the early bird exception. And then you have the veteran minimum exception, about 8 of those.
Where if LeBron go?
So now...
Where if LeBron go? Hey, that'd be crazy. What if LeBron go over there to Phoenix? Like, fuck it. I'm going to go. I'm finna get another ring before Bronny come to the league. And LeBron go, would be crazy.
Eyes are going to be on James Jones as far as how he goes about free agency to go out and build the roster. Maybe they go out and buy a couple seconds with cash when we lead up into the draft, which is coming this week here. So, whew, man, I don't know what to tell you here. I thought Miami was the place. But so Bradley Beal, 46.7, 50.2, 53.7, 57.1, 4-year contract left. He had a no trade clause that gets waived. No trade clause comes with him to Phoenix unless, of course, he waives it as part of the deal. We will see what happens there. You have $171 million in salary this year. The second apron is $179 million. You do not have your tax mid-level exception. That went out the window. You have the 110% trade exception to go out and move DeAndre Ayton. Remember, doing this deal before July 1st allows you to send out money within 125%. This deal does not happen if this is after July 1st. What else don't you have? You can't acquire a player signing trade.
So that mean they had to hurry up and do that deal. They weren't playing games, but they ain't gonna fake it. Man, that's a hell of a trade. Y'all better go put y'all bits in now, Phoenix, all the way.
You can't sign a player bought out of his contract for more than $12.2 million. So that is, in a nutshell, where you are this year for the second apron. Veteran minimum, unless you move Ayton, okay? Next offseason, starting on the first day after the regular season. Here we go, kids. You ready? There's 9 different...
Yeah, buddy.
We're on this incredible tour of a troll-themed Norwegian town, but we get into a dumb argument. Our guide saves the day, whispering from behind a troll statue.
Don't fight! You're missing the view!
One app, over 300,000 experiences you'll remember. Do more with Viator.
Mr. Clean Magic Eraser powers through tough messes. Makes it look like I spent hours cleaning.
No, I didn't.
So, a fresh new week has arrived, and here on this channel, that means one thing and one thing only. Every weekend I post an episode of this series we do called Title Contenders. News broke today that the Wizards will be trading Bradley Beal to the Phoenix Suns. Well, the first
Sir, now that's a good-ass trade. I ain't gonna fake it.
Breaking news coming into the HQ, the Washington Wizards have traded Bradley Beal to the Phoenix Suns in exchange for Chris Paul, Landry Shamet, and draft compensation. Our NBA insider Bill Ryder confirms as part of the deal, Beal agreed to waive his no-trade clause. He spent the first 11 seasons of his career in D.C. after being picked 3rd in the 2012 NBA draft, averaging 22 points per game in that span. But after missing the playoffs...
Hey, is the Wizards going to retire his jersey? What y'all think? I think he most definitely go down as a Hall of Famer and get his jersey retired for the Wizards, for sure.
The past 2 seasons and a new regime in the front office in Washington, it was time for a change. In Matt Ishbia, a short time owning the Suns, he's now added Beal, traded for Kevin Durant last season to build around All-Star Devin Booker. And for more on this deal, Bradley Beal going to the Phoenix Suns. We bring in former NBA Coach of the Year and an NBA champion, Avery Johnson, joining us. Avery, how much closer does this bring the Suns to where the Denver Nuggets are, the newly crowned NBA champions?
Ain't no way he ain't tell them they can't hear him.
All right, we'll get Avery back up in a second. Here's a
why wouldn't they tell him we can't hear him?
Most career assists in steal, Chris Paul, heading to Washington, D.C. We're talking about a guy who's 3rd on the list in both assists and steals in NBA history. How much he actually plays for the Wizards is yet to be seen. Of course, Chris Paul hampered by injuries at the end of last season into the playoffs. And he'll be heading to D.C. in exchange for Bradley Beal, or as part of the Bradley Beal deal that sends Beal from D.C. to the Phoenix Suns. Beal, one of the greatest players in Washington, D.C. basketball history, 2nd most points, 1st in threes in franchise history. And we've got Avery Johnson back on the line, the former
Nah, them some good numbers though. I wonder who first in scoring for the Wizards. Who really played for the Wizards? 160 points behind Elvin Haynes. Oh, that's who, 100, Elvin Haynes. So he could have played one more season and been first. He could have played 2-3 games. Probably like 5 games.
NBA Coach of the Year and an NBA champion in his own right. And Avery, we got you back, so I'll re-ask the first question that I posed to you. The Suns, obviously, and everyone else chasing the newly crowned NBA champion Denver Nuggets. In the West, how much closer does bringing in a Bradley Beal get them to the Nuggets?
I think it basically puts them in a tie. Remember, when the Nuggets eliminated the Suns, it was without Chris Paul. So that was 20 points, 8 or 10 assists missing from the lineup. Bradley Beal's going to be north of 20 points. Maybe not as many assists, but you're talking about a guy that can score the ball, play at all three levels. And then during the regular season, you know why this is important? Because Kevin Durant and Booker hasn't been healthy enough to play 82 games. Now you got a guy that can win some games for you when those guys take off a game. So maybe if Durant's out, then it's Booker. In a situation like this, then it's Booker.
No, that's crazy. Brad and Booker and KD. Man, I'm finna hop on 2K. I ain't gonna lie. I gotta hop on 2K and put that together and see what that is.
It's Bradley Beal. If Booker has to miss a game, then it's Bradley Beal and Durant. So this is more than just about the playoffs. It's surviving the regular season so that you can get all three of these guys healthy and ready to go come playoff time.
I feel like I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't also point out that Bradley Beal has also had injury issues of his own. He didn't play a full season for the Wizards last year, so they might have to do a little rotating here. They're also giving up some of their depth, the Phoenix Suns. Is this an all chips in on Matt Ishbia's part as a new owner?
When Matt Ishbia bought this team, it's about winning a championship, winning one now. They've had a coaching change, which I still disagree with, but they decided to let Monty Williams go. Now you're bringing, Frank Vogel, who's won a championship. But this
shout out to that kid right there.
It's about winning a championship
St. Louis.
now. We've seen owners who have bought teams. Some owners will go through the draft and try the process. But the process for the Phoenix Suns, Ishbia is trying to win a championship now. Now they have their version of the Big Three. We'll see if it can compete with the Big Three that we saw in Miami with Bosh Wade and LeBron James. They won 2 championships in 4 years. You have an aging star in Kevin Durant, a young
man.
Sports HQ.
Yeah, you rolled 30 miles down the road while we were talking right now. It's all. Avery, thank you so much, man. Have a great Father's Day.
Thank you.
All right, so here's a look at the guaranteed contracts for
161 million.
for some of the Phoenix Suns for this upcoming season. Beal and Durant over $46 million each. Booker at 36, and then DeAndre Ayton's getting over 30.
Man, them boys getting that paper. Damn.
That's a total of over $160 million guaranteed to Phoenix Suns players. Got to get it when the getting's good.
Man, that's hellish. Man, that is hellish. Well, YouTube, what y'all think, man? Comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Let me know what y'all think, man.